What's up guys, Andrews here with another video. Today we're going to go over the update for Black Desert test servers. Remember, global lab test server updates usually take 1 to 2 weeks to appear on our live servers, assuming there are no delays and changes. So all the test server information and updates should come next week for us outside of Korea. However, this does not apply obviously to the rework updates and changes, because that's going to be maybe 3 to 4 weeks at a minimum, or until the devs are happy with the state of the classes. Now, they've said that they understand a lot of players are disappointed with the first introduction of reworks for their particular classes, and they're gonna do what they can for the next several weeks and get the changes that people want out there. So we don't know exactly which classes will be getting the majority of updates every week. For example, this week we had a lot of Kunoichi Awakening changes, for example, but we didn't even see any Archer changes. So it's really going to depend on what we see every Friday from now on. They seem to be aware that the initial reworks were for the most part underwhelming, so hopefully there is some semblance there of self-awareness that they need to deliver something for those classes that are underappreciated right now. So I'm going to go over a small snippet of all the changes that I've been able to gather. There are also some other changes I want to talk about, so we'll go over that first. The main change that they've added in this test server update is the new Battle Arena CC counter UI. That's so the mobs in Battle Arena, if you didn't know, there are these NPC mobs that you can fight, or you can just kind of combo them, and they're there to help you practice your combo. The main problem with that for the longest time is the mobs don't really act like players. So the PvE CC that is should be only for PvE actually applies to these mobs, so you're not really able to practice your CC combos correctly. They're okay for the majority of just testing what you want to do, but in real life scenario you need to get a friend or a guildie or someone to help you spar and learn your own combo. This has completely changed. Now the mob acts like a player, and on top of him, whenever you attack, it will show you the CC counter and when he becomes immune to CC. It also shows you what type of CC you're applying. Amazing change. It's great for newer players, especially because as a newer player you're not really able to practice with other people. Maybe there's no one around and no one's really that friendly. You don't have friends in the game. You don't want to join a guild right away. You want to get better at PvP. This is now a way for you to do that. There was unfortunately a little bit of a bug in the test server where when you killed the mob, because it now can be killed, it doesn't respawn. So it ended up being a situation where one of the channels only had one guy and people were trying to test, and yeah, we're trying not to kill him. Hopefully that doesn't happen when we get him on or the mobs become PvP mobs in 2 weeks time. I think Korea will get it next week, and we should probably get it in 2 weeks. Great change. I love that they did this. Now, apart from the mob change, they also had the new siege weapons. We heard about this a while ago. We saw a little bit of an image a while back, but now we see what they really look like, the final version of them, and they look awesome. So the first one is an ancient tank, obviously more like a chariot tank. Really, it looks really cool, and this is for siege warfare and conquest war. And then we have the ballista as well, that looks so cool as well. So these are two new weapons that you can use in warfare. We'll see how effective they are, but I like that they're adding more stuff like that, especially in battlefield games. I'm more of a tank player or a vehicle player, so I really like when games like this add sort of vehicles. I don't know if you guys ever played Terra, but Terra had something similar, and that was really cool. Hopefully it's fun and not too clunky. We can actually test it, so hopefully when it comes to live I can see and check it out myself. Now for rework updates, we have the Sorceress. So Succession Black Wave is now only floating in PvE, and it only has down smash on the last hit. To counteract that, it now has frontal guard throughout the entire skill. The legendary beast dance for Tamer Awakening is now having a new flow skill. So I believe it's called Legendary Beast Dance Resonance. The resonance effect for Legendary Beast Dance will now be 5 minutes instead of 5 seconds as well. And it shows you which effect you're in as well. It looks really cool. I like the little icons they've made for that. Maehwa had some changes. The Maehwa Rabam Chaos Crimson Gust now has a down attack and smash and lower CD. And the stub arrow effect now is 60 seconds instead of 30 seconds. Valkyrie Q block, the counterattack that you can do R&B, now has debuffs, so it's an attack speed debuff of 20% and a movement speed debuff of 30%. Ninja Succession now has hard aiming added to it. It also has alert stance added to blade spin, which is really cool. Kunoichi Rabam Assassin's Trail is now a lower CD of 20 seconds. Kunoichi Rabam Ankle Splitter is now a 15-second lower CD as well. The Awakening Kuno Lethal Spin Spree now has an input change, where before you had to hold Shift LMB to get the second hit, additional hits. Now it's just use Shift LMB and you'll do the full 20 hits. The Chain Crash skill for Awakening also has now a lower cooldown and lower stamina cost. The Lunatic Discus now has improved damage hitbox. So before it would only do the majority of the damage depending on where it was hitting. Now the entire trajectory, whatever is hit through that entire trajectory, will get full damage. The amount of hits has also been rearranged. It also now does 100% crit in PvE and now has frontal guard throughout the entire animation. Kunoichi Dance Macabre now has a lower CD, stamina cost instead of mana cost, and the Halo skill in Awakening now has mana cost instead of stamina, although this is not reflected in G-Labs right now, so that could change, and the hit change also has been changed for Halo, and it now links more smoothly with other skills. Ninja Sudden Decapitation now has frontal guard, a 10% attack speed buff, and Floating and Bound is now a PvE only CC. Ninja Drastic Measure now has super armor, CC only in PvE as well. The Vacuum Slash for Ninja Awakening now has frontal guard in all 4 hits, and it gains down attack. And for Lahn Succession Flow Nimbus now has a lower CD, and Lahn Awakening Tailspin now also has a lower CD. And those are the rework updates for this week. Remember, they could change next week. We don't know. It's still going to be several weeks before we get the final versions of these classes. I will have the classes I haven't done rework videos on eventually out on the channel, so stay tuned for that. And that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Let me know what you guys think about today's video in the comments or over on our community Discord. We're now public and accepting new members, so follow that link, react to the comments to get your member role, and say hello. If you want to support the videos I make in small donations, you can follow the Ko-fi link below and buy me a cup of coffee. I sure need one right now. I love coffee as much as I love bells, so every coffee you buy me will be greatly appreciated and will of course come with some Discord perks. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon to get notified when I upload my next video. Remember, bell is good. As always, guys, thanks again for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.